At exactly 2:17 a.m., Marcus received a file that didn't have a sender. No email address, no username, no subject line, just one attachment. Proof, final, PNG. He almost didn't open it. But Marcus had a small YouTube channel where he talked about strange internet theories, conspiracies, glitches in reality, simulation concepts. Nothing too crazy, just entertainment. At least that's what he thought. He clicked the file. At first, it looked like corrupted data. Green digital code filled the screen, like something straight out of an old hacker movie. Vertical streams of symbols, random characters. But then he noticed something strange. There was a shape inside the code. Faint, almost hidden. He zoomed in. The code wasn't random. It was forming a face, a human face. Distorted, dark, covered in what looked like shadows or particles. Marcus leaned back in his chair. Okay, creepy, he muttered. Probably just a clever edit. He tried to check the file properties. That's when his stomach dropped. There was no creation date, no device origin, no metadata, nothing. It was as if the file had never been created at all. He decided to make a video about it. He titled it, "The Truth Behind the Simulation Theory." He analyzed the image on screen. He zoomed in, and that's when something happened. The pixels shifted, not glitched, shifted, like they were adjusting, like they knew they were being watched. Marcus froze. He replayed the footage. The face inside the code had moved, just slightly. The mouth had changed shape. He convinced himself it was compression, rendering error, stream glitch. But then his live stream chat started going crazy. Why did it blink? Did you see that? Bro, rewind that. Marcus didn't remember the face blinking. He rewound, frame by frame. The eyes were closed in one frame, open in the next. He hadn't noticed that before. His subscriber count started rising rapidly. Thousands, then tens of thousands. The live stream was exploding, but something else was happening. The background code behind the face was changing. Symbols were rearranging. Marcus zoomed further in. The code wasn't random characters anymore. It was letters. It was spelling something. SLOWDOWN. Marcus felt a chill. His fans thought it was part of the video. They thought it was special effects. He hadn't added anything. His editing software wasn't even open. The image on his desktop was changing on its own. His lights flickered. The green code on his screen glowed brighter. The face was clearer now. It wasn't made of shadows. It was made of tiny repeating numbers. Binary. 0S and 1S. Thousands of them, forming skin, forming eyes. And then the mouth moved again. This time, clearly. It wasn't random. It whispered something. Marcus leaned closer to the mic. "What did you say?" The live stream chat exploded. It said your name. Marcus hadn't heard that. He rewound the stream again, turned the volume up. The whisper wasn't static. It wasn't distortion. It said, "Marcus." His heart started racing. This wasn't part of any theory video. This wasn't planned. He grabbed his phone to record the screen directly. The moment he pointed the camera at the monitor, the face disappeared. The code returned to random symbols. He lowered the phone. The face came back, smiling now. Marcus felt something heavy in his chest, like pressure, like he wasn't supposed to be seeing this. The chat began typing something new. "Check your window." Marcus laughed nervously. "Nice try." But then more comments. "Behind you. Window. Now." Marcus slowly turned around. His room was dark, but his window reflected the light from his monitor. And in the reflection, there was a second face, standing behind him. Not on the screen. In the room. Marcus spun around. Nothing. He looked back at the monitor. The face on the screen was gone. Instead, the code spelled one final sentence. "You are not the player." The stream cut out. When Marcus woke up the next morning, he wasn't in his room. He was still sitting at his desk, but everything looked slightly wrong. The colors were duller, the air felt thicker. His phone had no service. His Wi-Fi router had no lights. His computer wouldn't turn on. It was as if the world had paused. He ran outside. The street was empty. No cars, no sound, no wind. And then he noticed something even worse. The sky. It wasn't blue. It wasn't gray. It looked like static, like millions of tiny digital particles moving in patterns, like code. Marcus looked down at his hands. For a split second, they flickered, just slightly, pixelated, then normal again. He remembered the message. You are not the player. He had always believed in simulation theory as a possibility, but he thought humans were the players, the observers, the consciousness inside the system. But what if that wasn't true? What if humans were just NPCs, background characters, unaware they were being rendered, until they looked too closely, until they found something they weren't meant to find? Marcus felt the air around him distort, like invisible walls shifting, and then he heard it again. The whisper, closer this time. Not from the sky, not from a screen, from inside his head. You were never supposed to see the source code. The world around him began dissolving, buildings breaking into streams of green symbols, the ground fracturing into numbers, the sky collapsing into cascading digital rain. Marcus screamed, and everything went black. 3 days later, his YouTube channel uploaded a new video automatically. Title: The Truth Behind the Simulation. No thumbnail, no description, just a black screen and faint green code moving slowly in the background. The video is still up. Comments are disabled. No one knows who uploaded it. But if you pause at exactly 2:17, you'll see a face in the code. And if you listen closely, it whispers a name. Not Marcus. Your name. He was used to strange things online. He ran a faceless YouTube channel where he explored disturbing internet mysteries, forgotten websites, strange archives, deep web myths. Nothing illegal, just dark, strange corners of the web. But this felt different, because it wasn't in his downloads folder. It was sitting directly on his desktop, centered, like it had been placed there carefully, intentionally. He checked his internet connection. Still connected. He checked his recent activity. Nothing unusual. He right-clicked the file. There was no properties option. No open with. Just one option. Open. Ethan didn't click it. Not yet. Instead, he opened his recording software. If something weird was happening, he was going to document it. He started recording. Okay. This wasn't here 10 minutes ago, he said calmly into his microphone. He hovered his mouse over the file, and the name changed from Open Me Last to You Opened This Before. Ethan's heart skipped. He hadn't touched it. He moved the mouse away. The name changed back. Open Me Last. His recording was still running. All right, that's not funny, he muttered. He slowly clicked. The screen went black. Not crashed, not frozen, just pure black. Then a small white sentence appeared in the center. You were not supposed to find this version. Ethan swallowed. What version? The screen flickered. Static noise filled his headphones. Then lines of green code started scrolling downward. Not random, structured, precise, like something loading. A loading bar appeared at the bottom. 0%, 3%, 7%. Ethan tried to close the window. Alt plus F4. Nothing. Task manager. Wouldn't open. The loading bar continued. 18%, 26%, 33%. Then his webcam light turned on. Ethan froze. He didn't remember enabling it. On the black screen, the scrolling code shifted. It formed a small square window. Live footage. From his own camera, he saw himself, sitting there, staring, but something was off. The camera angle was slightly different from where it should be. Slightly higher, like it wasn't coming from his webcam, like something else was watching him. The loading bar hit 50%. The green code slowed. And then the words appeared. Rendering memory reconstruction. Ethan felt cold. The live camera feed disappeared, replaced by an image. A photograph of his childhood bedroom. Exact layout, exact posters, even the crack in the ceiling corner. He had never uploaded photos of that room. Never. The image zoomed in slowly, toward the closet. The closet door was slightly open. Inside the darkness, something moved. Ethan's breathing became shallow. "That's fake," he whispered. The closet door in the image creaked wider. Inside the shadows, two white shapes, eyes. The loading bar hit 73%. The screen flickered violently, and the image changed. Now it showed Ethan at age 10, standing in that same bedroom, facing the closet, but the camera angle was from inside the closet. Looking out at him, Ethan shoved his chair back. No. No, no, no. He tried to unplug his computer. The screen stayed on. The cord was out. The monitor was still glowing. The loading bar, 89%, 94%, 99%. Then it stopped. The green code faded, and the final message appeared. "This is archive copy, Hashite 421. Underneath it, "You are instance Hashite 421. Ethan stared. Instance? The screen shifted again. It now displayed a list. Thousands of names, each with a number beside them. Ethan scanned quickly. Some names were crossed out, some flickering. And then, there it was. Ethan R. Active. Next to it, 8,421. Below it, 8,420. Terminated. 8,419. Corrupted. 8,418. Reset. Ethan's pulse pounded in his ears. He whispered, "What is this?" The cursor began typing by itself. "You are a reconstruction." He shook his head. "No, I'm not." The response came instantly. "You have said that before." The screen split. On the left side, a video. Ethan, same room, same desk, same chair. Different shirt, different day, saying the same words. "No, I'm not." The video glitched. Then another version appeared. And another. And another. Dozens of Ethans, all confused, all discovering the same file.